moving on, bro. Right, we're gonna go into the Steelers, man, and I got something to get off my chest, and I don't think people are gonna like to hear it, man. But and I know you probably are not gonna like to hear it because I know you grabbed them you grabbed them at the 101 in a draft that we're in. But something about Najee bothers me, bro. Something about Najee bothers me. I don't know if it's because he's a 23-year-old rookie running back. I don't know if it's he didn't run at his pro days. He didn't lift. He didn't do his 40 time. He didn't do anything. I don't know if it's because Big Ben's declining at a rapid pace. They got a suspect O line or what, bro. And I know I'm supposed to I want Najee. I know he's gonna get the work. I know the one thing that's for sure is that they drafted him in the first round and he's gonna get volume, and volume is king. I get that. But I see a lot of Trent Richardson in him, bro. There's something that I see in this guy that reminds me of him, and I don't have any analytics to back it up. It's not like I'm crunching numbers, and I can tell you for sure that he's Trent Richardson, but just my eyes tell me something. So he's probably gonna be good, but my gut tells me buyer beware, bro. Buyer beware. And you can pivot. If you're in a startup draft, players going after him are Gibson, bro. I'd rather have Antonio Gibson, bro, than Najee Harris. And in all honesty, I might even go CEH over it. And I'll grab those two, and I'm happy to not worry about it, bro.
Yeah, I'll go Gibson over him, but I'm not gonna go CEH. Like, I'm not gonna do that. What I'm worried about is the Steelers' future after this year
Yeah,
because
well,
I don't think that Ben has enough to be in the tank. Ben's like one hit away from just retirement. Haskins, I mean, do I have to like elaborate on Haskins?
well,
You
yeah.
know what
So,
I'm,
yeah.
yeah, I mean that's not gonna be the answer. You already know Mason Rudolph's not the answer. So this worries me. This worries me more for the passing game than the running game because at the end of the day, he's a big boy, and when they're rushing, bro, Big Ben's gonna throw it to him, bro. He did it. He's done it repeatedly with Le'Veon Bell and all his other running backs. That's his scapegoat. But at the end of the day, you have a point, man. Where's this team going? Where's the future going? That's what concerns me. I think Najee's a great prospect in rookie drafts. Obviously, with the 1-1 or the 1-2, if I'm getting him. I just don't. Um, I just don't like him over ETN right now. I just don't. I don't know what's going on with Jacksonville. I mean, I'm not saying ETN is not going to pass him, but I got to see what Myers going to do with that team. I mean, Myers is going to do with that team. You know what I mean? I don't think that James Robinson is going to fade away by any means whatsoever. So I've seen ETN starting to drop in drafts already because I think people are starting to come to terms with this. There's like you don't get James Robinsons every year in drafts. Like I said, like where's this team going? I'm very concerned with them. I mean, they have made some moves at O-line. I believe they picked up a couple guys in the O-line to strengthen up the O-line. I mean, nothing major, but better than what they've had, you know?
Are you stealing? You're stealing my stuff, man. I'm not done. I got stuff to
Oh,
say about the Steelers, brother.
my bad, sir, my bad. I thought you were just done with them.
No,
My
man.
bad.
That was my Najee take, bro. You gotta
all,
let me
right,
keep going, bro. You got
all right, go for it. My bad, brother.
all right, bro. So yeah, like I said, Najee. If I could get Gibson over Najee, I'd do it in a heartbeat. And again, startup drafts.
Yeah, startup drafts.
Gibson,
I'm with you on that.
Gibson is going after Najee. So just do with that what you will.
That's crazy.
So next, I got Juju. Somehow, we're gonna move on to Juju. He's somehow still only 24 years old. He's going as the wide receiver 28, and I'm buying at those prices, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
buying. I'm not buying for this year, to be honest with you, because like we talked about it, Big Ben looks like he's probably done after this year, and if he's not, it's gonna be like having Drew Brees when they're past their prime. You may be better just growing off with someone else because Big Ben doesn't have it anymore. So he's gonna be a free agent after this year. He only signed a 1-year deal, and the only reason he signed a 1-year deal was because we all know that the salary cap went down big time due to COVID. There wasn't enough money going out. There wasn't a bunch of money being thrown his way. So he came back. He signed a 1-year deal. It's a proven year, and I think he's going to be somewhere else. And if he's going to go somewhere else, he's going to be signed to a big contract, and he's going to be the number one or the 1B, and he's going to go back to being a high end wide receiver too. So if I can get a 24-year-old wide receiver at a wide receiver 28 price with the anticipation of him going somewhere else and being the number one wide receiver, buy it and buy it now. Those are one of those moves that you make long term. He's not. I don't think he's going to help you win this year, but you can get again. You got to think dynasty. You got to think long term, right? 6'4", 238 pounds. Guess and no, that's not the new tight end they drafted, bro. That's fucking Chase Claypool. 6'4", 238 pounds. Guy's a monster, bro. There was even talk of him going to change over to tight end at some point during last year's pro days and shit like that.
They need it, man. They need it at that position. They've had nothing but inconsistencies at that position. Go ahead.
I know, but again, this guy Chase Claypool 6'4", 238. If he harnesses his ability as a wide receiver, I know he had a down second part of the season. He came on like gangbusters in the first part, catching touchdowns, killing the game. I think he had a 3-touchdown game or some crazy number like that. I think it was like a 3-4 touchdown game last year.
Bro, his first game that he went off like that, I had him in my taxi squad, and I was like, ah! I took him immediately out of there. But yeah, he went off for that first game, and I was like, damn. But yeah, go ahead, man.
No, he crushed it. He crushed it. So again, the problem is we don't know who the QB is going to be next year, right? But in a player like Claypool, when you're buying wide receiver talent, people like that, he can just go up and get the ball. So he doesn't need a super accurate quarterback. He doesn't need someone to put it on the money. He can go up and get those 50-50 balls, bully the quarterback. So I love Claypool as a talent. I worry he's going to be much more boom and bust than I like to have on my team. Like you said, he blows up one game, you take him out your taxi, you start him. The next game, he gets 7 points. And then you're like, oh, do I put him in, put him out? Next game, he gets you 33 points. So he's an excellent best ball guy, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, excellent best ball guy. And he's one of those type of players that if you have a wide receiver 1 and a wide receiver 2 on your team, he's a great wide receiver 3 that you could put in there because he's the type of guy that can give you week winning performances. But if you have a strong wide receiver 1 or a strong wide receiver 2, they can absorb his down weeks. So that's a good. If you're talking roster construction, he's a great wide receiver to grab, a wide receiver 3 to grab. And he's currently going as a wide receiver 24, and I still think there's plenty of room for him to go back up. One of the other guys I want to talk about, obviously, is Deontay, right? Extremely polarizing player. A lot of talk about his drops last year. A lot of talks about his concentration. Is he just a product of Big Ben peppering him with targets, or is he a guy who's commanding the targets? We don't know. We really don't know yet. But what I will tell you, he's 5'10" and 183 pounds. And he's reminding a lot of folks about another 5'10", 184-pound receiver who played with the Steelers before in AB. He's a really good route runner. He's currently going as the wide receiver 20. I think it's a fair price. And I really think there's room to grow there as well. What we need is a QB, right? You touched on it briefly. Is Haskins the answer? If he's the question, I'm afraid. If he's the answer, I'm afraid what the question is, bro. I don't know what they're gonna do with that. The only other guy we're talking about is Pat Frymouth. That's that rookie tight end they drafted in the second round. People forget that, man. Second round draft capital. Okay, he would have been the rookie 1 tight end in any draft that didn't have Kyle Pitts in it. He's a good player. He's worth a late second round pick in tight end premium leagues. I just don't expect much from him this year. People forget that Ebron is still there. Ebron is he's a touchdown magnet. He's got bad hands, but people keep signing him. He's a big body. I don't think Frymouth is going to beat him out this year. So if you're drafting Frymouth and you think he's going to play this year, that's not the move. You get him, throw him on your taxi. Don't even try to rely on him. And if someone drafts him early in their draft and you start to hear them getting frustrated, that's the type of guy you buy at the end of the season or towards the end of the season when he's not getting any points from him. You can throw a Higbee at him. You can throw somebody else and get a guy like Frymouth on the team who is going to be a good tight end in this league.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. It's gonna take time. That team is in denial of being in rebuild, basically. That's what I think about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're denying trying to go because of the coach, because of Tomlin. But they need to rebuild, man. I mean, you have no quarterback. Your line's a little shaky. You got some great talent on the offensive side of the ball in your running back position, and all three of your wide receivers got talent. They're really good. I think Juju's being majorly slept on. I think what's affecting Juju, I think, bro, this is just my take. This is just me like thinking about stupid shit. But I think that somewhere along the line, Juju and Ben Roethlisberger caught beef somewhere, bro. Because it does not make any fucking type of sense at all that the first year that Juju was there, he was getting all the fucking work, and all of a sudden now he's not getting shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, that seems like something personal because Penn was peppering him with targets his rookie years. Tell me
But
no.
but you have to remember that AB was there, bro. So AB was pulling a lot of the double coverage, a lot of the safety help, a lot of the number one cornerbacks. AB was pulling it. So Juju, who's a good talent, I said he's a good talent, was running loose, right? Then all of a sudden AB leaves. Juju now has to be the number one guy, and he just doesn't have that. Maybe he doesn't
Yeah,
have.
maybe he wasn't ready for it. Maybe he wasn't ready for that type of role. But I think he's good. I think he is good enough, and I agree with you 100%. Go grab that guy because if he leaves Pittsburgh and he lands on a team with a good quarterback, bro, that guy's gonna blow the fuck up. He came into the league at 19, didn't he?
Super young, 19 or 20 for sure.
People don't get picked up at 19 if they're not good or they don't have an upside. And if Pittsburgh took a flyer on them, I think you should too, for future purposes. Like Brandon said, maybe not for right now, but if, like I said, if he gets moved and he goes to a better team with a good quarterback, it's win-win for you. You're smooth sailing there. So keep your eye on him.
Yeah.
As far as Claypool, bro, that guy, all I would like to see out of him is a little bit more consistency. As far as like you said, he scores 30 points one game, then he'll score you another like seven the next. If he can get the consistency up, I love their talent on the offensive side of the ball. But like I said, it seems like they're a team in denial that they're in rebuild mode. You know what I'm saying? They're in denial. They don't want to go. They don't want to say, "Oh, we're in rebuild mode." Just don't. But I think they need it. Their defense isn't bad. I mean, they got a Fitzpatrick safety. He's good. I mean, they've always had a pretty good defense. But like I said, it gets to the point where you need to like either rebuild or you need to do something dramatically. And if you don't have a quarterback to come in after this one leaves, I think there's only one thing left to do is rebuild, start from scratch.